But let me start with the introduction part of Surat Tech community. Meanwhile, let people to join, as this is a weekend and it is a early morning, so like we can't expect everyone to be joined at exactly 10 a.m. So yeah, so first of all, I would like to say thanks to Jeetendra to like participate in Surat Tech community and to deliver a session on like a very good topic. Like this is an AI search for beginner, Azure AI search for beginners. So it seems like this is the current market. Like if you are reading and like if you are opening an Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you are opening, you will see only one word as of now, like Chat GPT, Gemini, Copilot, AI. So like everyone is talking about AI. So I think this is the perfect kickstart for us to get involved in like Azure AI search. Like AI is something like it is provided by multiple companies, multiple ventures, but we have our Microsoft Azure also in AI. So in today's session, what we are going to see, like we are going to understand like how we can make our searches intelligent using Azure AI. So with that, it is a very short introduction of Surat Tech community. We begin in March, I think March mid we started this community just for the purpose that we will be hosting event bi-weekly or a monthly. Mostly it will be a virtual event, and we have done I think 7 events until now, and this is eighth or this is the seventh I think, and we are going to continue this event bi-weekly from now onwards. Like in between I got some kind of problem, so I need to like take a back from this events, but now I am fully back, and now we will be having our event scheduled again once in a 2 week, 2 or max 3 week. And luckily like we have 340 plus members as of now, and here are some contact details given. Like if you want to participate in the Surat Tech community, if you want to deliver a session in Surat Tech community, then you can reach out to us, and I'll be sharing a link of a Microsoft form from where you can submit your sessions. We have a Microsoft form like this, and I'll be sharing this link with everyone in the chat, like during our session. And once you start, like you have to fill your details, like what kind of technology you want to speak, what will be your session title, description, duration. So once you fill out everything and you submit, we will receive a notification, and then we will connect with you, and we will do a we will arrange a session for you. So you will be a speaker, and you can also contribute to this Surat Tech community. And one more thing over here, whatever session we are doing live, everything is recorded and are uploaded to the Surat Tech community's YouTube channel. Like here, you can see that we have 5 recording already up, because one event was in person, so that was not recorded. We did a 5 live event, and everything is uploaded over here. And once this session is completed, we will process the recording, and we will then upload the videos over here. So with that introduction, a basic introduction, I would like to thank everyone who has participated. Now I would like to hand over this entire session to Jitendra. So you can start and you can share your screen.
Yeah, thanks Akash for introduction and having me here. So let me just quickly share my screen. So once the screen is visible, just let me know. Okay.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So good morning, everyone. I know this little bit early, but thanks for joining. Okay, so we'll start with the session. So the today's topic is like the hot topic nowadays. Like we see, like everything is going around AI. Okay, so what are the capabilities of AI, and what are the services Azure is providing the for the AI or the models, or when you develop any agents, okay, or the MCP server. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the important service about Azure AI. That is nothing but the Azure AI Search. So I have kept this session for the beginners friendly. So if anyone like experience or the student or the beginners are there, so they can easily go through it. And if there is experienced person is there, so they will just brainstorm the what is AI search in again. Okay, in that way, I have designed this session. So let's start. So about me. So firstly, like I would like to introduce myself. So myself, Jeetendra. So right now working as a lead one product architect at UST, and I'm also the recognized 6 times as a C# Corner MVP for sharing the knowledge, mentoring, and industry impact. And also I'm the C# Corner Pune chapter lead. So like we have the event today, so the same kinds of events are happening in the Pune center as well with the help of C# Corner community. And I also work on various technologies, like mostly I work on the .NET technologies like Azure, .NET, again MVC, Web API, Entity Framework. These are, and the front end I work on like Angular and the React. So this is little bit about me, and you can follow me on the Twitter, this is my Twitter handler, and you can connect me on LinkedIn. Happy to connect on LinkedIn, and let's have some discussion around the AI or the Azure. Okay. So let's discuss what is the agenda for today. So today we are going to discuss about what is AI search. Okay, so what are the capabilities of AI search and why we need to use the AI search. Like there are other services also available, but what's the thing like you can use the AI search and start using it and integrate in your application. Then we are going to discuss about the what is like overview of the architecture, how the Azure AI search works, and what are the features of it. Then again, next is like what are the core concept of Azure AI search, and then we are going to see a simple demo how you can create the Azure AI search service and start using it with various apps. And again, the lastly, we can have a few questions. If anyone have any questions, so we can discuss that one at the end of the session. Okay, so let's start. So what is Azure AI Search? So it's formerly known as Azure Cognitive Search. So before like the coming to the AI, so Azure already have services that is naming related to the like formerly known as the Azure Cognitive Search. Now it's totally the Azure AI Search. Okay, so it's enterprise ready search solution for heterogeneous content. So what type of content we can import or index in the Azure AI search. So that's we are going to discuss. Okay, and those contents related to the any documents or any data like PDF files, images, video, audio files. Okay, those kinds of data we can store in the Azure Search Indexer. Okay, and we can enable the informative retrieval of via search indexes, queries, and the apps. Okay, so these are the small features or the main things in the AI search, like that is nothing but the indexes and the query. Okay, how we are going to index the data and how you are going to query the data to get the results from the Azure AI search. Okay. Next is like build for high performance scalable applications, right? So nowadays we see there are many e-commerce platforms and how they work like their search functionality, right? So whenever you try to search for any similar product like iPhone, right? So it will get the record of different iPhone models, right? So those kinds of simple examples we see nowadays, and we can learn from those examples as well, right? So, and then is the recommended for A2A and the RAG-based applications on Azure. So the A2A is nothing but the agent to agent communication. So if we are building any agent, okay, and we are referring to Azure AI service. So you can use the Azure AI service like if I have built the agent to have my own documentation library, right? So whatever I want to find out or learn something new, so I will just build my knowledge store and fill the import the data there. And whenever I try to use that, I will just build one agent and use that agent in my Copilot as well, right? GitHub Copilot as well. So those are the things like agent to agent and the RAG-based applications like retrieval augmented generation. Okay, so like you see in day to day like ChatGPT, how ChatGPT works, right? You provide the context or you provide the prompt and you get the response, right? So those are the things like the how it retrieve the data based on your prompts. Okay, so those are the applications you can build on Azure. Next is it's also support the native integration. So if you think like if I'm using a AI search, but how about like if I want to use the integrate any native integrations like the any existing AI app, AI services in my Azure AI search. So that also you can do. You can integrate with Azure OpenAI, AI Foundry models, and Azure ML services as well. So nowadays you can see lot more heard about the AI Foundry models, right? So how those models gonna use, how you can build your own models with the help of AI Foundry services provided by Azure. So those are the things we can integrate with the Azure AI service as well. It supports the third party and open source model integrations as well. So it's not only integrate the internal services provided by Azure, but it also supports the third party or the open source models integration as well, ideal for both traditional and the generative search scenarios. Like traditional means if I'm just Googling something and finding out any data, so that's nothing but like the traditional thing. But if you're using the AI search in the RAG model, okay, or A to A, right, agent to agent, so that type of generative search scenarios you can use the Azure AI service. The common use cases you can see like the catalog or document search, data exploration, then again the RAG. So the RAG is the powerful tool actually. You can build your own RAG in simple ways as well. Like so you can provide the web page as well for the RAG model and pipeline, and then based on that RAG pipeline, it will you can just have the generation or you can have the prompt discussion with the that RAG model. Okay, so those are the things we can build with the help of Azure AI Search. So let's discuss about like what are the key capabilities when we talk about the Azure AI search, right? So a search engine like the Azure AI search engine is for like the vector search. So the vector search is mostly used for the embedding. So when we build the RAG pipeline, okay, so that time the embeddings are the important thing in the RAG pipeline. So for that embeddings, we use the vector search. So that's also the capabilities here. Like the traditional way you can index, okay, but if you are going to use the RAG pipeline, so that way you can use the vector search in the AI search services. Okay, again there is a full text search, so you can directly search for particular keyword. Okay, and there are various type of queries things also available. Then the hybrid search over an index. So if you want to search on the multiple indexes, so that are the capabilities also there in the provided Azure AI Search API. So you can combine multiple indexes together and generate the data and give the result back to the user. So those are the things we can use like with the help of search engines. Next is the rich indexing and content transformation. So it's again like the AI search we use mostly for like the traditional way or in the generational way. So that's why if you see in the slides the RAG, so RAG is everywhere because it uses the like the Gen AI or the AI models build on AI search. Okay, when we talk about the RAG models. Okay, so that's why in the various slides you see the RAG model, RAG keyword. Okay, so lexical analysis for text. Then next is a optional applied AI for content extraction and the enrichment. So this service is nothing but like you have the image or the raw data, right? And you want to extract that raw data. So for that, you can use the OCR, right? The or the intelligence Azure Intelligence Services. Those help us to extract the data from the images or from the raw data, right? So those data we can extract with the help of OCR. Okay. Next is advanced query syntax. So it also provides the advanced query syntax. So we are going to see in the demo as well. So how you can query the in the Azure AI search indexes. Okay, so and this type of query we can provide like the vector, text, hybrid, or the fuzzy search. Like these are the algorithms related to the AI ML, okay, then the autocomplete. So if you are going to build any auto completion, okay, or autocomplete functionality in the your app, so that time also you can take the help of the with the help of the this AI search service, okay. Then the geo search and more. So the geo search also available, like you can have the your indexes with the field as a complex, and you can provide the geo search, like the you can fill the data in that way, like the latitude, longitude, or the as per your geography shapes or the locations. You can index those data, and whenever you try to search for data in the geo way, like the geographical ways, so that time also it will help in the query syntax, okay. So the relevance and the performance tuning, so it contains like semantic ranking, scoring profiles, vector containerization, and next is the runtime query behavior control. So we can also see like what type of options are there when we fine tuning or like performance we can observe. So these are the key capabilities AI search is provided to us. Next is so it's not only for small application, but it also provides the capability to handle the enterprise grade sales scale or the large application as well, and security powered by Azure. So the key security also provided. So we are going to see in this feature section like how what type of securities are provided when we talk about the indexing or AI search service. Okay. So deep Azure integration like the data layer, Azure machine learning, Azure AI services, Azure open services, open AI. So these are the services we can easily integrate with the help of Azure AI. So next is why. So we talk about what is Azure AI search, and what are the key capabilities of it. But why we should use the Azure AI search? Anyone from the team like why we should use the Azure AI search? No one? Okay, I will explain it to you. No worries. Yeah, so there are search capabilities like it supports the traditional full context and vector similarity search. So these are the algorithms we use an AI/ML. So that also support, and it supports the traditional full text search. Like we send the data to the like we query any data in SQL Server, right? So that way also we can provide the queries or provide the search functionality in the traditional way in the Azure AI search. Next is it combines the keywords and semantic search for optimal generative AI retrievals. Okay, so we can mix up the data, what type of filters we can use, or we can combine the multiple indexes together, and we can generate the data as per our requirement. Okay, enables dual modality search for highly relevant results. Okay, so it's enable the dual modality search results for highly relevant results, like mixing up the various AI models. Okay, you can mix up the various AI models into the AI search, and with that way, we can provide the more relevant results to the end users. Content handling. So how it is going to handle the content when we talk about the AI search. Okay. So it's consolidate the heterogeneous content into custom search index like the text and the vectors. So whatever the raw data we have, so we manipulate that data or the formulate that data in that way, so we can index that data in AI search and in the form of like the text or the vectors. Okay, maintain ownership and control over searchable data. So we can also maintain the what data I want to search and what data that data should not be searchable. Okay, those are the properties we can set when we create the indexes in the AI search. Again, next is the supports data chunking and the vectorization for RAG apps. So data chunking means we can chunk the data for AI, like the retrieval augmented generation. So whenever we like the for pattern matching, right? So in that way, like we can embed the data or the import the data into the AI search indexes. So in that way, we can quickly load the data to have the like the prompt discussion like with the AI search. offload heavy indexing and query processing to a dedicated Azure search service. So we can also provide, like we can also import the various data from various data sources. Okay, so mostly there are two data sources we can use. Two data sources in the sense like we can directly in the browser we can use that one, like we can use the blob storage. So whatever the files we have stored in the blob storage, we can directly import those files, okay, and make a indexes there. And whenever we try to search that one, then we get the data from there and we can result back to the user. And also we can import the data as with the help of Cosmos DB. So we are going to see that in the demo how it use the various services to import the data and the query processing. So the AI enhanced indexing. So this again the thing like why we should use the Azure AI Search. So it transforms the large text images or the app files like from the blob storage or from Cosmos DB into the searchable chunks. Okay. So whatever the data we are going to sending towards or importing towards the indexing. So that data we can have in the chunks, so it can be easily searchable. Okay, so there are multiple ways also, like if and the ASLs also provided the APIs. So those APIs you can integrate in your application. So if like scenario like I have the PDFs, okay, so I have so many PDFs, and whenever user imports any PDF related to the documents, okay, so I will just extract that PDF data and send to the send to the AI search to indexing that data. And whenever user is try to search for any keyword, okay, so I will try to search in that indexes I have created for the documents. And if any particular keyword is matched, so I will just retrieve that file to the user. Okay, so same kind of scenarios or the as per your scenario, you can think on it and you can use the AI search there. Like so that's right, like you can integrate in any application because the endpoints are provided and those endpoints are easy to use. Okay, so use AI skills for external enrichment during indexing. So you can use the external AI models as well when we talk about the uh, uh, enrichment during the indexing. Okay. Next is why we should use further language and text analysis. So it has a built-in support for non-English content, or you can use the Lucene Analyzer or the Microsoft NLP tools when we talk about the text analysis or the languages. Okay, configure custom analyzers for advanced text processing, like example, ignore diacritics or preserve the patterns. So those are the things. Where like the AI, why we should use the AI. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about the architecture. So how the AI search works when we are planning to use that in our application. Okay, so here in the left side you can see there are options here in the left side, your content. So your content, like if your content is stored in the blob storage or any like the Cosmos DB, okay, that time also we can do, okay, with the full indexing, like what are the files available, we can directly import those files and do the indexing. And the next way, like you can collect the inputs, collect the user inputs in your app, then again the formulates or send the request to the your Azure AI Search. So here from the left side, we can see like it works as a full indexing, refresh indexing, and the AI enrichment. And middle is the AI search service, Azure AI search service. And it has mainly two concepts or two major parts. Those are nothing but the indexing engine, and next is the query engine. So, and in the middle part is indexes and the order structures, like what are the fields I need to use, what type of complex data I can set, what are the searchable or the retrieval or the filterable properties I can set. So those are nothing but the structure in the center and the query. Okay. So when we talk about indexing means the importing the data or providing the data to have the indexing, and next is the query engine. So query engine like to have some search functionality, like I'm trying to search for Surat tech community, and if any PDF file matches with that keyword, so I will get returned to that PDF. Okay. And if I have imported any website or any data related to it, so it will just show that link to me, right? So this is the website for the Surat tech community, right? So these are the things like the query, the examples I'm giving you, the various scenarios we can use. Okay. And from the right side here, you can see we can query the request from our app, or we get the responses in various set, like we can set the limit of responses we want. Okay. There are scoring also available as per our a keyword we are going to search in the Azure AI search. Okay. And we can limit the data as well, like the top 10 records I want or top 50 records I want. So these are the things we can set up when we query the, and you can the response as well. Like you cannot directly give the response to the user. You can formulate that response as user required and just show that response to the user. Okay, so this is the basic architecture of how Azure AI Search work, and there are only the main things are the indexing and the query. Okay, so let's take like what are the core concepts of uh, Azure AI Search. So we are going to see that one. So we discuss about those two core concepts, like the indexing and the query. Okay. So let's take what is like indexing means. So indexing means like loads the content into Azure AI Search, converting text into the tokens or the vectors for searchability. Okay. So the things like the it works in the JSON, like it's also support the JSON format for indexing, either uploaded directly or via indexers. Okay, so it's very easy to index any file, or you can build your own indexes and provide the data as per your requirement. Okay, and it's also support the JSON format, so that you can use endpoints easily to send the data for indexing. Then the applied AI skill set enhance indexing with OCR, image analysis, structure inference, or the translation. Okay, so the you can also apply the AI skill set, means the other AI search like the document intelligence, right? The OCR. So these are the things you can integrate in your pipeline as well when you are send the data to the indexing. Okay, so that type of like if you are sending the file to the indexing, so we can have the indexing service or the a document intelligence service to extract the data from the PDF, right? PDF have text. So we want to extract that data with the help of OCR, or there any image analysis we want to provide and store that data to indexing. So these are the skill set we can integrate with the indexing when we send the data for the indexing. So the skill sets output searchable text that is serialized into the JSON and the index. Okay, so what are the searchable inputs are there? So searchable output text that is serialized and the JSON and the index. So we can easily return back those data. Okay, whenever we user is trying to search any keyword, so in the response we get the greater data or the perfect result. The skills can be chunk vectorized data during indexing for RAG and the generative AI scenarios. So the chunks and the vectorized data or the embeddings we use mostly for the RAG, okay, for the generative AI scenarios, and integrate Azure OpenAI or the AI Foundry models or the external embedding models for vector creation. So the for vector creation, we can, if we want to use any external models also, so there are various models available for vector creation. So those models we can integrate in the RAG pipeline, and that we can use during the RAG indexing. Okay. So next is querying. So how you can query, okay? How you can query into your uh, Azure AI search, okay? So querying begins once the search index is populated, enabling client apps to send search requests and receive results, okay? So once you have populated or you have imported data, first you need to create the index, okay? After that index, you need to import that data. And once that data is imported, then you can easily search you can easily send the request to search and get the receive the results back. Okay, so the all the queries are executed over a search index that you define and control, Okay, so whatever the queries you are going to send towards the or the request you are going to send towards the indexing, so it also have the control how you want to use the search. So if you are going to use a simple search or the Lucent search, you want to use, or full text search you want to provide. So there are various ways you can search your result in the indexes when we are trying to query the data. Okay, so the semantic ranking enhances query result using language understanding to prioritize the relevance. Okay, so the ranking also there and the score also there. So when we talk about the scoring, so we also see the what type of score we have when we get the results. Okay, so the score means it's the matching pattern, right? So if I'm trying to search for the Surat tech community and the particular line matches the full text, so it will have the higher score. And if it's not matching in the like only matching for the tech keyword, so it's nothing but the lower score. Okay, so that's the nothing but the scoring. So we if you want to show that scoring result as per the score you get in the result, so that also you can show to the end user. Integrated vectorization allows submitting vector queries or vectorizing text at query time. So this again the thing is about to the RAG pipeline. When you build the RAG pipeline, that time we require the vector queries, okay, to search that query, and that also the allows submitting the various types of queries. So again, there are very different ways to query to your index. Okay, so a traditional way means the full text or the Lucent search we can use when we query. But when we use the vector database or a vector, okay, so that time we use the vector queries, okay, to get the data from that indexes. And it supports both the traditional keyword search and model like the vector-based similarity search during query execution. So as per your requirement, you can set that when like if you're using the RAG base, so that time use the vector-based similarity search. And when you are going to with the traditional way, so you can use the simple search or the full text search. Okay, so these are the two main core concepts about the indexing and the querying. So we need to understand how we create the indexes, how we provide the data to have the indexing, and again, next part is to how we can integrate the querying mechanism in our application to send the query request to the indexing, okay, to get the result back. Let's see what are the features available in the Azure search. So let's take one by one. So indexing feature. Okay. So the first is the indexing feature. So indexing feature for like data sources. So what type of data sources we can use when we talk about indexing? Okay. So the search indexes accept text from any source as long as it's a JSON format. So the only JSON format is supported when we talk about the uh, indexing. Okay, so JSON format should be there when we send the data to indexing. Then the indexers automate data import from supported sources and handle JSON serialization at their end. Okay, so if we are planning to use any other than the integrated indexes, like if you are using the Cosmos DB, this is the again the external source you are using, and that time also the serialization or the deserialization happens during the importing. Okay, that already handled by the indexers. So there are already the services are there in place. So you just need to provide your data source, and it will handle the JSON serialization and properly import the data. Okay, indexers also support change and deletion direction, deletion detection to keep your index up to date. So it's also support like what are the changes, like if I have added the few records and if I going to delete those records, so those are like indexes are up to date. So it will keep up to date, and it will provide the date as well, like when that data is updated. So those are the things we can support, or that are the things it's already supporting in your indexes. So you can connect to various sources like OneLake, Azure SQL, Cosmos DB, or the blob storage. So these are the databases you can connect with, and these are the data sources also. Next is the hierarchical and nested data structure. So let's talk about the what type of properties we can define when you create the indexes. Okay, so when we create the indexes, so there are the same way like we have the like if you're going to create any database table in the SQL Server, right? That time you define what type of column you want, like it's the integer, string, double or boolean, right? So those are the things also we can set when we create the indexes. So there are the base thing like the complex types also supported when we create the indexes, right? So if you want to store any tags, okay, related to your index record, or you're going to save any geological location, right? So those kinds of data also we can store. That's nothing but the complex data structure like so the same way you can import as well, and it's also support like one to many or many to one relationship natively. Okay, and it supports the collection of complex types for advanced data modeling. So the complex data types also supported, enables flexible indexing for structure and the nested data. So what are the ways we are going to import, or the how you created your indexes, okay, in the Azure AI Search. So that time you can create those indexes in that way. So the structure and the nested data is properly inserted or indexed in the your indexes. Next is the linguistic analysis. So the Azure AI Search or the indexers also support the analyzers process the text during indexing, searching in Azure AI Search. So the various analyzers also you can use standard Lucene or language specific or the custom analyzers to control tokenization. So you can have the various type of analyzers you can use like here mentioned like standard Lucene or the language specific, or you can integrate the custom analyzers as well. So language analyze handle linguistic nuances like verb, tenses, plurals, word breaking. So those are the things we handle when we talk about the analyzers. And the custom analyzer supports the advanced search needs like the phonetic matching or the reject expression. Okay, so those are the things also we can do when we talk about the indexing. Okay, let's take a next feature like the vector and hybrid search. So in the vector or the hybrid search, again there are the few other features also included in this category. So the first is like the vector indexing. So with a search within a search index, add vector fields to support vector search scenarios. Vector fields can coexist with non-vector fields in the same search document. Okay, so you can combine the normal your indexing plus the vector indexing. Okay, so those are the things you can combine together. Like if you are building the application or building the index in that way, like the traditional way also work and the RAG or generative AI way also work. So those are the things you can mix up and build your indexes. Then the vector queries like formulate single or multiple queries together, vector search algorithms. So there are various algorithms available when we talk about the vector search. So the hierarchical, navigable, small world. So these are the types of algorithms like the k nearest neighbors. So to find the similar vectors in a search results. So those are the algorithms. So when we talk about the like machine learning or some search related algorithms. So those algorithms also we can use in the vector search. Vector filters. So apply filters before or after query execution for greater precision during information retrieval. So we can apply the filters after or before the query execution as well. Like if you want to provide the filter before querying the data, the large amount of data. So that time also you can do, or you can uh, provide the filters after query. So you can just give the result back. What are the required properties in the result set, right? Those are the things you can do. Next is the hybrid information retrieval. Use hybrid search to combine concept like the vector and the keyword, like we discussed about the traditional way and the RAG or the generative way. Okay, so those nothing but the hybrid information retrieval, okay, in single query with optional semantic ranking and the relevance tuning, okay. Next, in this category, there are other features also available, like the integrated data chunking and the vectorization. So use native data chunking like the text split skill, vectorization with embedding models like Azure Open AI embedding model, Azure AI Vision, or AML skill via Azure AI Foundry. So these are the models available in the Azure AI Foundry. So we can use those model for integrated data chunking. So these provide end-to-end indexing pipeline from source files to the searchable vector queries. So these are the things we can do when we talk about the vector and the hybrid search. And next is like integrated vector compression and the quantization. Okay, so use built-in scalar and the binary quantization to minimize vector index size, right? So the important thing is here, like when we import the data, so we need to think in that way as well. Like the data is going to increase in future as well. So we need to think in that way, like what type of data we are going to index. Okay, so those are the things because those are the complex things when we discuss about the memory or the index size on the disk. So you can further reduce storage by omitting unneeded vectors or using narrow data types for vector fields. So those are the important things when we talk about the scalable applications, right? So we need to think in that way as well, like those are the data required and those are unneeded data. So we can in future we can just delete those data. Okay. Okay. Next is applied AI and knowledge mining. Okay. So the AI processing during indexing. So the AI enrichment means like what are the AI models we can use or AI Azure AI services we can integrate when we use the Azure AI service. Okay. So AI enrichment uses images or the natural language processing in the indexing pipeline to extract the text and the insight from non-searchable content. Okay, so this is done by adding the built-in or the custom AI skill set, which is then linked to and the indexer. Okay, so these are the like when you are building an AI application and you're going to use the AI search in it. So you can build your indexing pipeline that way. So those models or those services you can integrate easily and fulfill your requirement. Okay, as per your scenario. So those are the things are there like when we talk about the AI processing during indexing. Next is storing enriched content for analysis and consumption in non-search scenarios. So what are the like non-search scenarios or the enriched content for analysis? Like the knowledge store provide the persistent storage for enriched content useful for scenarios beyond search like knowledge mining or the data science. Okay, those are the things is required for analysis, right? When there are scenarios related to the data science or the knowledge related things. So those are the content for the analysis. Okay, so we are going to work on those content or the data is important in that case. Okay, so it's defining skill set and materialization in Azure storage as objects or the tabular row sets. Cache. So the cache enrichments like we can have the cache mechanism as well. So enrichment caching means like this in preview. So enable reuse of expensive enrichment like OCR and the image analysis during the skill set execution. So these are the powerful things when you're going to apply the AI and the knowledge mining together in the AI search. So the next is like how the search works. Okay, what type of full text and the other query forms are there. So the free form text search. So it's a full text search or supports simple and the loosen query search. Like you can use the various like the and or operations in that way, or you can use the simple like the query operations like the greater than, less than. So those kinds of uh, query, when we query, so where conditions like the filtration things we can apply, and advanced features like fuzzy search or the boosting or the logical operators we can use. Relevance, next is the relevance. So the Azure AI Search offers scoring profiles for custom relevance and in premium semantic ranker to boost results based on query meaning. Okay, so these are the things like when we talk about the ranking and the scoring. Okay, so these are the things important when we are working on large set of data and we want to give the user those data are required or the perfectly matching. Okay, and that's the data required by the user. So that time we think of the scoring and the ranking, those geospatial search. So again, there are filtering and the matching mechanism available when we have the complex data type like the geospatial search. Okay, so it's enable the filtering and matching based on geographic coordinates using distance or the polygon shapes. Next is the filters and facets. So these are the properties also available when we create the indexes. So we are going to see in that demo. Okay. So the filters and the facets, faceted navigation and the filters help build category-based UI filtering using single query parameter or OData syntax for user-defined criteria. Next is the user experience. So as per the user experience, Azure AI Search offers autocomplete suggestions or the synonyms, hit highlight. So you can highlight your data as well. So if I want to have the implement the search functionality and want to highlight the data in the user end, okay, user end. So you can provide the you can use the highlighting feature as well in the querying. Okay, so when we get the data result back, so the particular attribute or the particular highlight tag is used to highlight data, and you can show that data as it is to the user. So just the you can highlight the data with the help of like the various background colors you can provide, or you can just bold that data when you the results are showing. Okay, so the next is like sorting or the easy paginations also there when we talk about the user experience. Next is the security features. Okay, so what type of security features are provided when we talk about Azure AI Service? Okay, so the first is the data encryption. So the Azure AI Service provides the built-in encryption at rest by Microsoft. So with optional customer managed keys from Azure Key Vault for enhance and double layer encryption. So these are the features like we can enable or the disable when we talk about the like the security features. And the endpoint protection means we can set the IP rules for inbound firewall to control the access or use the Azure private link to route all requests through a secure virtual network, right? So we are sending the data and we are getting back the data, right? So we should have those kinds of rules set, like the inbound and outbound rules. And the next features are the same, like you can set the inbound access via like a Microsoft Intra ID or like key-based authentication without role assignment, and the outbound security indexes like the this feature like the access data securely via private endpoint with Azure private link or use the trusted identity to connect without credential if search services is registered as a trusted service. So these are the security things we consider when we talk about the Azure AI services, and these features are uh, already there for to use or to enable when we use the Azure AI Search, okay, or the settings related to it. So the portal features. So what type of portal features are there? Like the tools for prototyping and the inspection. So Azure Search offers tools like Add Index, Simple Index Designer, Wizards to keep set up the indexing pipeline, including chunking, vectorization. So there are various options available. We are going to see in the demo as well, like how you can, what are the tools are provided when you create the Azure AI Search service, and how you're going to create the indexes around it, and how if you want to see if you want to search any data in the Azure AI index itself, so how you're going to search that data. Okay, so these are the things we are going to see in the demo. And the next is like monitoring and diagnostics. So enable advanced monitoring to track the metrics like QPS, latency, throttling, with built-in visibility in Azure portal, no extra setup required. So these are the monitoring and diagnostic things, like if any issue you are facing, or you want to monitor like the sizes, like you want to scale up or scale down your index size as per the requirement or as per the request. So those are the things you can monitor, and you can get the alerts as well when any indexes are failing. Okay. Next is the important thing about like how the programmability. So how or who can use this service? So first like in this feature, the first thing is like there are REST APIs available. You can handle like you can indexing, querying, management REST APIs for provisioning and the managing the search service. So those are the services, or those are the endpoints available when we talk about the REST. Okay. And what type of SDKs available, those you can integrate in your application. So the right now the Azure SDKs are available for like .NET, Java, Python, or JavaScript or TypeScript. And there are two things in that, like documents, and the documents is used for indexing, querying, and AI enrichment, while the management.search is used for the service provisioning, keys, capacity via Azure Resource Manager. So these are the features for available for us to use, and in which languages, or which what are the APIs provided in Azure AI service. So these are the things available there. Okay. So let's create a Azure service, Azure AI Search service. Okay. So for that, like Akash, we have more time, right? 10 minutes at least.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll directly jump onto a demo. Okay, so we'll just go. So can you see my screen? Okay,
We
I
can
think
see
I
your
need.
PowerPoint slides. I think you need
Okay,
to.
yeah, I need to share it again. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, now we can
Yeah,
see the Azure interface.
okay, thank you. Yeah, so we are going to see how we can create the Azure AI search service. Okay, so this is my Azure portal. Okay, so you can go to the portal.azure.com. Okay, and here from here you can search for Azure AI or Azure AI Search. You can directly search. So here you can see that service. Okay, Azure AI Search. Just click on that service. Okay, so once you click on it, so it's directly go to like create the Azure service. Okay, so but I have already created the another service. Okay, for demo, but we can just see that one how I created. Okay, so if you want to create a Azure service, so here you need to select the your resource group, your subscription, then you need to provide your service name, then the which location you want to enable that, or the what are the locations available, like country. Right now I have selected the central US, and here you can select your pricing tier as well. So right now I have one subscription, and if you can use the free one as well for the demo purposes. So I will just click on it, free, select. So here you can see its changes. So I will just uh, provide the service name. I will do like ESTC. Okay, Surat Tech Community AI. Okay, so this name is available. So here you can see the tick means this name you can use it. Okay, so we are ready to go now. So I will just click on next scale. So you can keep as a default right now here. So these are the different options here. You can see the replicas or the partitions you want to create. I will just create a next again. Okay, so here you can view what is the subscription or the resource group location, or the what's your service name. So I have given the STC, that's it, but the Surat Tech Community dash AI dash search. Okay, the pricing tier I am using right now the free tier. Okay, So the replica is one, partition one, and the endpoint connectivity also you can see here that is public. So I will just click on create. It will take some time. Okay, it's saying like I have already used the uh, free tire. Okay, so no worries, but this is the way you can create your AI search service. You can select the subscription, resource location, resource group, and the service name and the pricing tire, and you can just create it. So I have already created one service. So here you can see that one. So I have given the name JG Dev Search. I will just go to that service. Okay, here you can see that service, and that service you can access. Here you can see the URL and various options available like the properties or the usage. Okay, so here you can see what are the usage I have taken. So right now I have imported some data. Okay, and so that data and my free tire is 50 MB right now. Okay, because I'm using free tire, so that's why. So we haven't any index on any vector search. Okay, we have just provided when we created one index and imported the data and the sources used. Here you can see view data sources. So I have used the default or the pre-existing sample that is nothing but the Azure Cosmos DB hotel sample. I have used that as a data source. Okay, and from left side you can see the what are the activities, access control. I hope you know like these settings if anyone is already using, or these are some are the common settings or some are the related to the particular Azure search service. So here we can go search management, and in the search management you can go to the indexes. Okay, so here you can see I have currently only one index is available. That is the hotel sample index. Okay, I will just click on it. Okay, so once you click on it, that so it will provide you. So this is my hotel sample index, and here various options available like save, discard, refresh, create demo app, or edit JSON, delete. If you want to delete this index, okay, you can do that one. So right now I have indexed the 50 documents, and that's the size of total size is taken from my Mac storage, that is the 358 KB. Okay, that's a small data I have imported, that's why. So, and what are the fields we can see? So these are the fields I have created when I created this index. So these are the field names like the hotel ID, hotel name, description, description from, category, tags. Okay, and these are the data types I have created for this field. Okay, you can see the string data type, and next is the string collection. Then again, a Boolean data type I have used. And here I have used the complex data type because I have the address field, but inside that address field, I have again the different properties, right? Like the street address, city, state, province, postal code, or country. Again, we talk about the geography point, right? So again, I have the location, and that data type is geography point. And the rooms I have the again the for rooms I have used complex collection. Okay, so in the complex collection here you can see I have the description, type, base rate. Okay, so these are the properties, or these are the column names you can consider like as a column names or the properties for my indexes. Okay, so and next is the retrievable. So what are the things I can retrieve when I hit the search query? Okay, so these are the data I am able to retrieve. Okay, these are the filterable. Okay, so what I can filter? I can filter hotel name, category, tags, parking included. Again, ratings are there, city. So these are the filterable data. Again, we can sort the data. So these settings we can change as well when we create the index. Okay, but these settings once you create, again you need to update it. Again, you need to delete the index and again create it, because from here you cannot update these settings. Okay, So that's why you need to think on it, like how when we are going to create the index. So in that way, you need to think what is the requirement for particular column. Is it sortable or is it is only filterable? So those are the things we need to consider when we create the index. Then the searchable properties and analyzer. So right now we have the default analyzer. So English is used and the dimension column. Okay. So this about like how we can see the index, okay, and what are the properties. And here we have the course setting, then the scoring profile. So the right now there is no scoring profile or the vector profiles. We talk about the vector search, right? So I haven't created any vector or the scoring profiles right now, okay. But if you want to search any data, uh, when you're going to search any data, so on the Azure portal itself, so here the options you can search, okay. So here you need to provide your keyword for search, or here query options also available, okay. So these are the query options, okay. Spell corrections or the language, query language you can also use. And here you can see you can directly search, or you can use the JSON search result, okay. So this way you can filter your result, okay. Just take any example. Okay, so these are the two options, but we will see how the first option we can use. Okay, I will just clear this one. So, mm, hotel with pool and gym. Okay, I'm just searching for this one, hotel with pool and gym. So I have imported the sample hotel, so that's why I'm trying to use the existing like the hotel related thing. So I will just search it here. Okay. So we'll see what is the search result I get. So I get the total count 36, and these are the record, or these are the properties I'm getting result back. Okay, so the 36 results found with matching like hotel with pool and gym. Okay, so here also you can see the description also there. Ideally located close to theater, indoor pool. Here you can see that is the match. Okay, indoor pool and the fitness center. So that's why it's again commit here. And the tags also I have imported. So that's why here the bar, pool, or the 24-hour front desk. So these are the tags and the location coordinates. So the geographic point here you can see the latitude, longitude. Okay. So this way also you can do, and again the another way you can do. I will just use the existing one to just quickly show it to you. So here I will search for beach or spa hotel, and what I want to select get in the response. Okay, result in this way, like hotel ID, hotel name, description and rating I want, count true, top 10 records I want, and filter. So this is the again the thing, like the same way we can filter out, like we use the SQL server, right? Greater than, less than, like in that way we are using the rating greater than 4. Okay, so I will just try to search this one. We'll see any record we getting. Okay, so we have get the record. Okay, so the six record we found, we said top 10, but for matching one, it's found six records because we have given the filter by filter GT by 4. Okay, means rating greater than 4. So that's why it is showing the those are the hotels available for the search term beach or spa with rating 4 and up. Okay. So here you can see the description of that gaming resort in the area, suits, pool. We can see, yeah, here you can see the spa is there. Okay, so that's why it is picked that one. Next is the plenty of great skiing, outdoor ice skating, rides, biking. Here also the spa is there. Okay, so the same way you can search it out. Okay, we'll just search for like Next, the parking included, how we can use that filter. Okay, so I will just provide the parking included and try to search that one. So we'll see. So I have get the 10 count now, okay, where the parking is included or parking is not included. So in that way, we can filter out the data, and we can filter out the data in the geography ways as well. So we will just check it out. Here I'm searching for all the data, okay. The star means all in the query syntax, okay. So the select hotel name, city address. So how you can select the complex data type. So here's the way. So my address is my main property or the main field, and under that address I have the city or the state, province, okay, or the country under the address. So that's why I have used in that way, address slash city. So I will get those records, and here I'm filtering with the help of this, okay, geo dot distance, location and geography point. So I'm just tried one example. Okay. So we'll just try to search. Okay. So we are getting the two records here with the matching geo distance and the geo locations. Okay. So we are getting the hotel name, Lions, then in, okay, in the Redmond, Washington. Okay. And the second, we get the economy universe model. Okay. So like this way, we can filter out the our filter out our or the query our data with the help of the various filters available. Any question, team? I think yeah, I have covered everything related to the session for now. I will just reshare my screen. Or any question anyone have, we can take
Yeah,
those questions.
actually, I just have one question over here. Like now I can like imagine how the Make My Trip, how those kind of websites are using the Azure AI search, or they might be using some other services, but in background they are utilizing AI in this space. So I think
Yeah,
this was like very useful information for us. I just have one question on like the filters that you were using, like
yeah,
geocode. Or those
yes.
filters are something like you have created for by your own, or those are provided by the AI? Like how we decide like we need to use a syntax like geocode
Yeah,
and all those
yeah.
things.
So those are the filters or the keywords provided by AI search, but
Okay,
those related properties are already should be there in your indexes. Okay, only that way you can use. Okay, I will just quickly share it my screen again, so I will just
okay,
show it to you. Yeah. So here in the fields, okay. So once when I created this index, so I have used the location geography point, okay, and
okay,
that's the why. So when I try to search it here, so I have used this one and provided the location. So this property is already available in my uh, index, right?
index,
This
right,
location. So I have just used this geography point and provided here when I try to search that one. Okay, and just provided one geography point. Okay, so this is my latitude or latitude. You can think of it. So I have provided that way. Yeah.
right,
So
got it.
these are
Like,
the already fields or the already types provided by Azure AI Search when you create the indexes. Yeah. So the complex types also supported here.
got it. Like it will be very much helpful if you can share some like helpful links like from where like you got to know all this information. It's not like you have to share that right now, but what you can do
Yeah,
is like you can simply share it to me later afterwards, and I can add those reference links into the YouTube videos description part, because
yeah,
we
yeah,
are going to
sure.
upload this video on YouTube, so that viewers will have the references in the description so that they can go and click on the link and they can learn and explore more about this Azure AI search.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Definitely, I will share those links with you. Yeah, okay.
And like this was like
Eh,
completely useful to me. Like I am working in M365, but like I haven't got any chance to explore about Azure AI search because I was not a part of any kind of project that is using these features. But like now I have a knowledge on Azure AI Search. Like at least I know what are the pricing tier. I know how I can create this indexes. I know how I can search. I know how like what are the ways query view, JSON view. So at least
Yeah,
now I'm not completely blank on Azure AI Search. I know
yeah,
something
right.
about it. So that was the main purpose. Like that is the main reason like why we are organizing this kind of virtual event, because like nobody knows everything, but everybody
Yeah,
knows something. So this is the
correct.
right
Yeah,
platform to share your knowledge and to learn whatever things we didn't get a chance to look into it. So like a big round of applause for you, and thanks for taking time just for this like a
yeah,
very useful session for us.
yeah. And thank you so much for having me. And looking forward to contributing to more some such kind of sessions for the Surat Tech community. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So with this, like I would like to end, and I'm sharing a link into the chat for like if anyone also wants to like deliver a session, then feel free to reach out us, or you can simply fill this form, and we will like get back to you on this. And this
Yeah,
session will be record. This session is recorded, and it will be uploaded you on YouTube. I think by this week, or by by Friday or Saturday by next week. And once it is live, we will post that information in the meetup group. So thank you everyone for your time and giving your time on weekend. Thanks.
yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks everyone. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. Yeah, you too. Bye.
Thank you. Happy weekend.